Hello everyone, today I'm going to be listening to Rina Sawayama's new album, Hold the Girl. If you would like to skip right to my reaction, I will have a timestamp on the screen right here to where you guys can go to. And now on to a couple quick disclaimers. Number one, this is just my personal opinion and interpretation of the songs. I'd love to hear yours down below, just keep it respectful please. Sorry for any background noise or dust particles that may occur throughout this video. I'm going to be stopping and giving my thoughts on the songs as I go along. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of each song due to copyright. If you see me looking down on my phone, that is just because I'll have the lyrics pulled up for each song. Lastly, if I have any notes that I forget to add, check down below, I might have a pinned comment. And now into track 1, Minor Feelings. Okay, so my thoughts on the song. Absolutely gorgeous intro. I love her vocals all over this thing, just really pleasant to listen to. I could appreciate the lyrics for the song as well, and this is how you start off an album because it just really blew me away in every single respect. So I'm really excited to hear everything else on the album. On Spotify, it has these little cards where she's talking about the song, which I will read to you for a little bit more information. Minor Feelings is named after an essay collection by Kathy Park Hong. I connected to the consequence of suppressing the feelings that feel minor, but wear you down over time. The lyric Minor Feelings is a triple entendre. Minor as in key, minor as in underage, minor as in unimportant. Interesting. It was originally written as just an acoustic moment, but we turned it into this epic intro. It sets a secondary theme that our experiences are a result of race, age, sexuality, country, living, etc. And now on to track 2, Hold the Girl. Okay, so my thoughts on this track, absolutely stunning. I love how it started off and then the way that it switched up like multiple times in the song musically. Never got bored listening to it. Incredible, fascinating musically to listen to. I love whenever songs do that. And just I really like the pocket that the song had. It was really fun to listen to in that regard. Her vocals on here, absolutely insane. She is such a great singer. I just love listening to her voice, so I really liked her vocals on the track. And I love the lyrics for the song and the sentiment. It's something that felt felt so healing to listen to and so empowering. And so I just really love this song. About the song, it says, Hold the Girl was the first song I wrote for the record. I knew instantly that this would be the title of the sophomore. It was written in 2020. My first session you were allowed to be in the room for, when it was the COVID rule of 6. I had all these wild production ideas of mixing country with stadium rock with garage. It was so difficult to strike that balance of pop and orchestral and make the song flow. It's about holding yourself close during times of hardship and allowing yourself to accept love in order to heal. And now onto track 3, This Hell. Okay, so my thoughts on this song, absolutely excellent. This is how you make an amazing pop song right here. You listen to her songs and it's like writing an amazing song just comes so effortless to her. Like, it's just so easy. She does it time and time and time again. She's a great songwriter, so definitely shout out to her in that respect, and shout out to all the other songwriters on this album as well, of course. But man, that was such a catchy song. That was such a great song. And I really enjoyed listening to it. I love the guitar. I love the instrumentation and how it matched up with her vocals, which were flawless. They were amazing to listen to. Really like her vocal performance. And again, going back to the songwriting, I thought that the lyrics were great. I thought that they were catchy. I thought that they were clever. Really liked the lyrics. And yeah, just, you really can't ask for much more. Like, she delivered on every single front. So I really actually enjoyed this song. And I know that this was a single. I believe this was the lead single. And I might have saw a lyric or two by accident, but I didn't listen to it. I haven't heard any of the singles on this album actually, which is a rarity. Usually I listen to the singles going in. But she released every single for this album at a bad time. Like, I was working on something else. It just wasn't good timing. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just wait until the album comes out so everything is fresh to me. I don't overplay any songs. And I'm really glad that I took that approach because I'm sinking everything in and I'm loving every single minute of it. What a banger. About the song, it says, Queer people are constantly told they're going to hell by those who fear us and some who are meant to protect us. I wanted to take that idea and subvert it. Because if we really are all going to hell, that sounds like the best party in town, right? Let's go, girls. Wow, that's hot. All quotes from iconic women from pop culture. I really believe in the power of comic relief, and I want this song to be played in clubs all around the world. Now on to track 4, Catch Me in the Air. Okay, so my thoughts on the song overall, a really enjoyable listen. I really like the instrumentation, and her vocal delivery was kind of giving me like a early 2000s, late 90s kind of vibe in terms of that, which I absolutely loved. And then I thought that the lyrics were great, appreciated her vocals once again. Just amazing track after amazing track after amazing track on this album. She is not letting up. You really do love to see it. About the song, it says, "My mom and I spent a lot of years struggling with our relationship and being in way too close proximity, but as I get older, I can see things through her eyes a little more. Catch Me in the Air is about how we are there for each other, with the verses alternating between being from child's and mother's perspective, and how I know she's proud of me despite everything we went through. The feeling is mutual." And now onto track 5, Forgiveness. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. Great track overall. I really liked the chord progression used. There was something that felt so haunting about it, which I liked. I could appreciate the vocal performance as well as the lyrics of the song. About the song, it says, "This one was written on Zoom. For a while, I couldn't connect with it because that was a strange experience. I worked on it more with Johnny, Rich, and then sent it to Clarence Clarity, then it suddenly clicked. We put it in the world of the Benz era Radiohead, and all of a sudden this acoustic demo absolutely banged. This song marks a turning point and the start of another theme. Forgiveness is a winding road. The 5 songs after this take you on a winding journey through the dark times." Now onto track 6, Holy Till You Let Me Go. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. Good track overall. I like the production on it. I thought that that was intriguing to listen to. I like the lyrics for the song as well. About the song, it says, "The church bells at the beginning are referring to my time at a Church of England girls only high school. Anyone who has gone to a single-sex religious school can understand the struggles, I'm sure. I wanted it to sound like a cold, wet rave in a converted church with dripping pipes and wet stone walls. It's about feeling like the love I received as a youth was conditional on being good or pure. Is unconditional love possible in societies where we just graduate from one institution to another?" At the end is a snippet of conversation between Lauren Aquayana and Louise my close teenage friend. I listen to it now and it's a very sad but healing moment on the record. Now to track 7, Your Age. Not a secret, not a problem, not a villain, not a mistake, not a weakness, not a failure, not a secret, not a problem. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. I could appreciate it overall. Definitely seems to be an important song on the record. Listening to the lyrics, it definitely seems like she's talking about being groomed by somebody and just like growing up and getting older and thinking like, how could you do that to me? That's such a terrible thing to do to somebody. I liked the instrumentation. I liked her vocals once again. Okay, so upon revisiting this song, editing this video, I feel like there's elements of it that I can really appreciate in terms of her vocals. Some of the vocals are my favorite. I think it's just because like of the way that they were done or like processed or whatever. Like whenever she's just singing in her regular voice, that's great. I wish she was doing that the entire song. And I'm sure she had a reason for doing it the way that she did. And like I said, I can definitely appreciate the production and I really like the banjo. And there's elements of it that I like I said. But overall, like putting everything together, I don't think that this is a song for me. I think it's just not my wheelhouse. And I don't see myself revisiting this one a whole lot in the future. But I definitely respect it for what it is and I can appreciate it in a certain aspect. So I definitely wanted to add that. But I think I prefer most of the records to this one, and so I just wanted to give like my updated thoughts, because whenever I was kind of remembering like the lyrics a little bit before I came to edit this video, I like completely forgot what the song sounded like, and so coming back to it, it was kind of jarring in that respect. And so I kind of feel like if the song was just different in terms of like the vocal delivery and the production being different, I definitely think that I would like this one a lot more. I don't think it's bad by any means. I just think that it's not personally for me. On the song, it says, "This was the last song I wrote for the album. The beginning starts with a banjo riff to reintroduce the Western style sonic world, but with a dark twist. This song represents pure dark anger to me. There were some very direct emotions I felt were left on the table. I wanted to just scream them down the mic. The lyrics detail my disbelief at the behaviors by adults that were allowed during my youth in the 90s. Now that I'm an adult, so many things have changed societally, but the rage I felt as a youth still remains." Now to track 8, Imagining. Okay, so my thoughts on that song. Interesting to listen to overall in terms of the production and vocals and all that. I'm pretty sure that her voice is like shifted up, like there's some pitch shifting going on, something around there. I don't really care for that. Kind of confused why she chose to do that. But I don't know. I feel kind of split on this song. It's like, okay, it's not horrible, but this one may have to take time to grow on me. we're gonna see how I feel about it as I keep listening to the record, but those are my honest thoughts. About the song on Genius, it says, "This is a song about gaslighting. About the spiral when you realize that the version of the truth you believe was totally not the truth. This was inspired by Katie on a Mission, an absolute banger. I love the mix of UK beat with US inspired Blink 182 inspired guitar riffs. It's such an incredible mishmash of production which reflects the chaos and confusion in the lyrics. The vocals were recorded pitched down, then pitched back up. This is a style often used to record garage vocals." Well, now I have an answer for my question that I just asked, so at least she confirmed what she did. So that's really interesting. Pitch down and then up. Now onto track 9, Frankenstein. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, a really cool listen overall. I really liked the production. I thought that it really brought everything out that she was trying to convey in the song, and her vocal delivery really matched that. And I like the lyrics too, so everything just worked together really nicely on this song, a step up from the last track in my personal opinion. About the song, it says, "This one is about how I've relied on my partner to help put me back together, but realizing that's not their job. It was the first song I wrote with Paul Epworth, and I was deep diving into his back catalog with Block Party. It really took me back to being a teenager and falling in love with the indie rock scene in 2005. The intro of the song is inspired by Love Is a Number by White Rose Movement. I felt that we needed the real Block Party energy, so we sent it to Mac Tong. He sent back an insane pass on the drums, which is so uniquely him and irreplaceable. Matt sends me a pic of his hands bleeding. He'd gone so mad on the drums." Now onto track 10, Hurricanes. Okay, so my thoughts on this track, decent overall. I really like the energy that it has. Beautiful vocals from Rina as always. I really like the production and how hard-hitting it was. I love the lyrics as well. It kind of just seems to be about just constantly chasing toxic environments or chasing people who like bring out the worst of you. This is another song where I saw like a lyric of it, but that's it. So I was glad to go into this and hear what it sounded like, because a lot of people are saying that the song was great because I believe she played it before the album was released and everything. About the song on Genius, it says, "We were putting together inspirations from Garbage to Girls Aloud to Kelly Clarkson to Avril Lavigne. The song originally had a Cardigans inspired beat, a lighter and more 60s Motown vibe, but given the lyrics about self-sabotaging and finding line chaos, I wanted a driving energy to the drums. It's one of the songs I'm most proud of in terms of writing. Every so often as a songwriter, you get those moments where you feel like you're good at your job. This was one of them." Now on to track 11, Send My Love to John. Okay, so my thoughts on that song, absolutely brilliant. Her vocals were wonderful to listen to yet again. I love the instrumentation, something a little bit more stripped back with the guitar there, which was something that was nice to listen to. The songwriting on this track is excellent. I appreciate how she brought everything together, and just something that really stays with you. Definitely a standout on the album for me. Love this song in every single regard. She just really knocked it out of the park with this one. About the song, it says, "This is the much needed pause after the chaotic and intense run of songs before. The following 3 songs are the emotional heart of the record for me. This song is written from the perspective of a mother apologizing for not being able to love their queer son due to her traditional religious beliefs. It was inspired by a true story where my friend's mom, after years of not supporting her son's queerness, ended a normal phone call with Sam I left to John, my friend's long-term boyfriend. It was a breakthrough moment in their relationship where she acknowledged his queerness in a positive way. I wanted to write a song for people who need to hear the word sorry, but may never hear them from the ones they loved and trusted most." And now on to track 12, Phantom. Okay, my thoughts on this song. Superb overall. I loved her vocals on it. The instrumentation was great. The guitar particularly stood out to me. Great songwriting, of course, just like how everything came together on this track. About the song on Genius, it says, "This song is where I'm realizing shit. It's about realizing that so much pain comes from a wounded inner child. And in order to heal as an adult, the inner child needed to heal first. As adults, I think we lose our inner sense of being because, well, life. I believe that our inner life force comes by giving the love that our child self wanted to ourselves as adults. Since writing the song, I'm aware of my instincts. Saying no to things has helped rebuild boundaries." And now into the 13th and final track, "To Be Alive." Okay, so my thoughts on the song. I enjoyed it. A fitting track to close out the album. I love the instrumentation and the vocals, and I can appreciate the song overall. About the song, it says, "For the first time in a long time, I felt pure joy. I wrote down the words 'To Be Alive' in my notes and sang them to Lauren Aquilana when I next saw her. I'm incredibly proud of the journey I took personally whilst writing this record. To be honest, I'm not quite where I want to be with my mental health yet, but listening to the song reminds me that there is hope and I am capable of feeling pure joy again. I hope that the listeners feel this way too." And now I wanted to share my favorite songs on the album with you based on my first listen. I'm going to say Hold the Girl, This Hell, and then I also really remember liking I believe it was Hurricanes, and Send My Love to John. I think those are going to be top 4 right now, but this is just my first listen. As I keep continuing to listen to this album, my opinions can change. This is definitely something that's happened to me before, but those are the ones that I remember liking the most. And now I wanted to share my overall thoughts on this album. So this was a great record. I really enjoyed listening to it, and I'm very glad that I didn't listen to any of the singles because I just came in having no clue what anything sounded like, and so I was pleasantly surprised by this record. Really enjoyed this thing. And so what I love about this record is that her first album was very ambitious in terms of the production. In my opinion, it had the best production of any album in 2020. And then on this one, she is really continuing that feat, and so the production on here is amazing. You have all these different genres, and the way that she blends them together once again is brilliant. And so I really love hearing what she is doing sonically. And shout out to the musicians who played on this record, and the producers and engineers and everyone who worked on it in terms of that, because it was just such a fascinating listen in terms of the production. So absolutely loved listening to it there. And we had some great acoustic moments, we had some great up-tempo moments, we had some great moments in the middle, and so she just balanced everything out well, and so I can appreciate that in terms of the sequencing as well. Her vocals on here are absolutely stunning to listen to, and I really appreciate her vocal delivery. Something that's interesting to listen to. I don't get bored in that regard, which is great. I think that she's a great singer. Her songwriting on this record is strong. She knows how to write a great pop song. She knows how to write a hook. She's gonna show you that time and time again. Very clever songwriter, very insightful, and she just really understands how to write an amazing song. And the subject matter on this album is great, touching over some heavy topics, but she does it super well, and so I really appreciate it in terms of the songwriting. Again, shout out to the other songwriters on this record and just everyone who worked on this record in general, because it was really enjoyable in terms of that. I just had a wonderful time listening to this record. If you're thinking about checking it out, you absolutely should. I would highly recommend this thing. I think that she's a great artist, one of my favorite artists out right now, and so this was a really pleasant listen in terms of that. And so I'm really excited to see what she does next, and I'm really excited to keep listening to this record more and see how my opinions change. And maybe I could do a follow-up video on this record like I have done for albums in the past, like with Beyonce's Renaissance, for example, whenever I let it sit for a few weeks and I come and I give my updated thoughts, because sometimes my opinions on a record can change a lot just in a few weeks. So we will definitely have to see what happens there, but like I said before, this is a great record. You should definitely check it out. I also wanted to say that I do not care for this album cover at all. I saw the single covers and I'm like, why did she not go with those at all? Like, I feel like those are so much better, but that's my personal opinions there. That's going to be it for my thoughts on the record. I would love to know what you guys are thinking down below in the comments. What are your favorite songs? What are your first impressions? Anything important to add to the conversation? Leave them down below in the comments, because I would absolutely love to read them. If you wanted to see more videos on Rina Sawayama, I did do a video recently talking about my thoughts on her first album, Sawayama, and that'll be in the cards right here to where you guys can go to. It'll be at the end of this video and linked down below in the description. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. It helps me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe right down below if you want to see more videos like this. If you hit the bell, you get a notification to your phone when I post, so you not miss when new videos come out. The first link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. I just posted a vinyl haul on there, so if you want to see what I got, click the first link down below and check me out on there. I'm also going to have my Twitter, my Instagram, my Spotify if you'd like to follow me, links to stream this record if you're interested, and lastly, links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.